one, so I am answering, I'm responding to Olivia's response to Zach's set one, and the question was, is there a better way to solve problems without violence? And I just want to say, Olivia, that I agree with your stance on the question, and when you brought up the example of the Holocaust, this made me think about the film Life is Beautiful that we watched earlier in our course for this section, and how the father and son were treated. So, having known what they've gone through and what they had to endure, I apologize for that cough. That I would, it would kind of not feel bad if they had to um, stand up for themselves in a way that would maybe come down to losing a few lives, because obviously no one had any regard for the ones that they, took and that they harmed. But I believe that if every other option and solution is posed before violence is even considered, um, I believe that's a fair conclusion to come to. Is if you've tried everything in the book and it just won't budge, and or if it's a life or death situation, maybe it is in one's best interest to stand up for themselves and protect themselves and the people that they love. Um, but honestly, when it comes to violence, I believe that no good comes from it. Similarly, I don't think that violence solves anything, but is rather a means to an end, and that it just furthers the conflict and doesn't reach a peaceful solution in most cases. It's definitely hard to believe that there's anything past that, because once you do an act of violence there and it's done, and the memory of that and the harm that it did is forever there. So I believe as long as you've exhausted everything else, as you said, that there are times in place where violence is maybe not appropriate, but um, egged on, or uh, not expected, but is a last resort. So I think that there is a better way always. It may take a little brainstorming and some mindful thinking and bringing yourself back to the root of the problem. But I don't believe that violence is ever the best answer. So I think you made some good connections, and I think that's all I have to say.